Now I'm going to show you the comparison of the stock rod to the JHM modified rod. This will be available as a kit for you to do at home. What it consists of is you have the stock rod right here. If you look how it's put together, this piece is what hooked to the transmission before, and this is the socket, the plastic rubber socket in here that I've recommended in the past to replace. But it's one of those things, it's plastic, it's rubber, it's going to wear out, it's going to dampen the transmission a little bit. It's one of those things, it's your call. But I prefer, this upgrade over plastic and rubber. So that's stock. Now here's JHM modified. What we do is we actually still reuse the OEM piece. We're going to sell you a brand new one that's modified. We've modified it to use this bolt and these spacers. And what we also have inside of here is a steel bearing. You will notice that this rod's beat up pretty bad. We've tried like 6 different bearings in here to get the feel right. So this one's beat up. Yours won't look as bad when you modify it. So what the modification consists of, all you're really going to do to this rod, if you look right here, you can see the steel bearing. You're going to actually have to grind away this to clear this pivot for the bearing. You will put this bearing in just like the stock plastic rubber socket. So if you look at these and compare these, you'll see that this has a lip right here. So all you got to do is just grind away that lip enough so that this part right here doesn't smack it when it's going back and forth. So pretty much just grind here, and what you're going to have to do is you just drop it in like stock, and we're going to use some Loctite, and you pound it in just like stock, and you bolt this thing all together once it's in, and you reuse your boot, and we will supply a new one of these. And that's pretty much it. It's not really going to take a lot of slop out, but it's going to be about rigidity and feel. Here's the fully assembled JHM unit. If you notice, we use the stock boot. It just goes right around. We load this pretty heavily with grease, a lot of synthetic grease. And what you might notice too is there's no boot on the bottom. We tried putting boots on the bottom. They just flop around and they don't hold a good seal. So we're worried about the boot carrying and catching dirt. What we've found, and we've ran it for a while, is we just keep this loaded with grease, and whenever we do our oil change, we just squirt this down with brake clean or carb clean, just get any dust out if it looks like it's a problem. But generally, once you load this up with a ton of grease on this side, the heat from the exhaust and everything is going to melt thin the grease a little bit, and it'll just work its way down the ball and just keep coming out. So unless you're doing like rally racing or anything crazy, you'll probably be fine. Either way, this bearing's rated at like 30,000 pounds, so we don't see a problem. We haven't had a problem with ours yet. Now we're going to demonstrate how the JHM solid linkage actuates. It's reverse, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And right now you're solidly connected with a steel bearing. You're going to feel everything. You're not going to have to worry about rubber and plastic wearing out on you, especially if you're autocrossing, road racing, or just in general. And you're going to get that extra feel to know what's up with your tranny, help you not miss gears.